Hello Aries, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And an Ace of Swords is our first card today. Wow, this is clarity. This is a mind that has risen above the clouds, risen above the confusion. I feel like you're having a very lucid moment right now, okay? I feel as if everything that you've sort of been wondering about, confused about, debating about, seeking clarity about, I think you're achieving that clarity. I think everything is becoming very vivid to you right now. The Ace of Swords is really about us sort of not knowing all the answers, right? I don't feel like you know all the answers to all of your questions right now, but I feel like there's almost a release from needing to know all the answers, that the way forward for you is very, very clear. It doesn't mean that you can predict everything that happens, although maybe you've been noticing that has been happening more. That's not really the point. The point here is that you've, again, sort of risen above that, right? So I think that you have a very clear way forward right now. I feel like the universe is bringing you a very distinct message, okay? And the only way that you're going to receive this message from your guides, from God, Goddess, Deity, from Spirit, from your higher self, true self, even your conscience, your higher mind, higher wisdom, is to raise the antenna. See, that's kind of like, this card is kind of like the antenna on the top of our heads there. It's the extension of the nervous system right above the brain there. And I feel like you have to sort of stop asking the questions. We have to somehow get ourselves above all of the tumultuous thoughts and feelings, right? The clouds, the stormy weather down below. Raise the antenna up so that we can receive those rays of wisdom. See, a lot of people think those rays at the top, that crown, is extending out from the mind. I feel like it's rays of light coming in, okay? And so I feel that you are in a very receptive state right now. And I think lately you've maybe even been noticing that there's just not as much chatter in the mind, right? That the mind is a little bit more calm. And I think that is a great trend toward a kind of stillness and silence to where you can receive this very important message, right? Let's see what's going on here. Let's put this into some context. Well, there's the builder. There is some very good Prince of Pentacles, some Taurus energy. So it does seem like it seems like that's your path forward, right? It seems like this is something that's under construction in your life. Could be a relationship, could be a work thing, could be a family thing, could be a creative project, could be a spiritual endeavor, right? But something's under construction. And you have the clarity, I think, to see how that construction should proceed. See, you're somebody that shows up every day, right? You're somebody that is going to make a commitment and you stick to it and you're going to keep showing up on time every day. But you're looking for that clarity, you're looking for that direction, maybe you're looking for that reason why you're showing up every day, right? You're looking maybe for something to encourage you to continue showing up every day. But this is definitely something in your life that you're in the middle of, right? You're building it. And it could be something financial, right? It could be something physical. But you want to see it through. You want the clarity. You want the guidance. You want to receive that message that this is all for a reason, right? A good reason. Let's see what's underneath the surface here. Maybe this is the reason. Well, this is your strength. This is your Nine of Wands, right? And I think that you are a very strong person. I think that you have, when you have a connection to the subtle realms, to the spiritual realms, to the psychic realm, or whatever you want to call it, I feel like that really gives you a lot of strength and a lot of willpower. Okay? It's kind of the secret where you get your strength from, but we're not going to tell anybody. It's that sense of purpose, right? It's the sun and the moon connected there. One without the other, I think, is not as powerful, not as potent as the two together, right? So it's you with your sense of purpose. And that gives you the resolve and the steadfastness and the perseverance and the tenacity to keep showing up every day and doing and constructing whatever you're constructing, even if let's say the immediate rewards are not there. Okay, even if this is something that's going to pay off at some point in the future. I think right now we're looking for the clarity. We're looking to reconnect with that psychic energy that reassures us that, yes, okay, this is still the right path. This is something that is going to result in something very, very good, right? And there is a reason why we're doing it, and there is a message to continue, to keep going. Okay? Did you recently have a bicycle thing? Something going on with a bicycle? You fell down, or your bike? I don't know, something with a bicycle, right? Maybe you got a new one, maybe you got rid of one, but I just see like a bicycle being like tossed somewhere. Yeah. Let's see what's behind some of this energy. We've got the Hermit. Interesting. Interesting with the Hermit energy. There's a J name in your family too somewhere, right? You have the J name, or someone very close to you has a J in their first or last initial. The Hermit behind everything is very interesting because this is sort of an introversion. Okay, it's not that you've been isolated from people, but I think that you have been sort of head down, nose to the grindstone for a long time. We take these two cards together, and this is somebody that has denied themselves a lot of just sort of daily gratification in order to pursue this very difficult work. Something in your life has been under construction, as I said, and this really shows that you've done like nothing else but this. That this has been your central focus for a long time, to the point where you're not hanging out with your friends as much. You're not being as social and as outgoing. You're not doing so many extracurricular activities. Like, this is it. This is what you do, right? And of course, we're looking for that clarity. We're looking for that peace, that stillness, that calm. We're trying to listen to get that confirmation, to get that sort of, that blessing again, to keep us going on this path. Because I think that you've been doing this for a long time. And I feel as if you want to know that all the sacrifices have been worth it. Yeah. Let's see what's up above everything here. 9. See, that's what you're looking. You're looking for Spirit to kind of show you that, yeah, this is all worth it. 9 cups. This is pretty much all the cups, right? It is the pursuit of happiness, the following of your bliss. This is the happiness that keeps on happening. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming. This is above you. This is what you're looking at. And you're kind of saying, Spirit, show me the money, right? Show me the blessings here. Show me, again, why I'm doing this, right? And it's for physical, financial abundance. It's for mental, emotional fulfillment. It's for spiritual and creative satisfaction. It's all the cups, right? It's abundance on every level of being. See, it's a 3 of cups, a 3 of cups, and a 3 of cups. Abundance, 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 superabundance. But it's not just financial. It's not just something emotional or romantic. It's not just something kind of creative and it's like a hobby over here. No, it's everything. It is every layer of being, right? And so this is something that really is changing your entire life. Whatever is under construction, it seems like it's your entire life. Okay? And maybe it's, in the specifics, maybe it's like, well, it's a career thing or it's a family thing or whatever, but it's permeating your entire life. It's affecting your entire life. It's going to bring this sort of love energy to every aspect of life. Okay, so it's a big deal, in other words, right? And so, of course, we want to make sure that is this still the feeling about it? And of course, now with that ace, it only makes sense that we get the Seven of Swords, right? Because it's still the ace. The ace is still in the middle. We still got that ace. But we've got other voices too, okay? We've got other, maybe people talking in your ear, maybe some of your own thoughts sort of making a little bit of noise when we're trying to listen to that Ace of Swords, to, receive through our antenna from the spiritual realm, It's very difficult to shut your mind off, right? Very difficult to turn off the thoughts. And this card is sort of representing that. We're looking for stillness, we're looking for silence so that we can receive the gnosis, right? But there's always going to be a little bit of chatter in the mind, and it's really a matter of finding the needle in the haystack, so to speak, finding the voice of spirit amidst all of the thoughts and feelings, right? I also feel like there's some people around you that are telling you different things, right? And I think that you are trying to stick to your path, do what you know is right, even when there are contrary opinions, even when your friends or your family or your coworkers are saying, I don't know why you're doing that, right? That you have this resolve, this willpower, but you kind of need to check in with spirit to get that resolve, to kind of stoke your perseverance a little bit, so that you can resist all of the naysayers. And I think that moving forward, it's going to get a little bit more difficult to tune them out, okay? The work that you're doing feels very, very special. It feels life-changing. It feels like you are waking up in a way. And whenever a soul starts to wake up, there are some forces in the universe that try to bed you back down again, all right? And this is you trying to stay on your path and not succumb to the negative opinions, the negative energy coming in. And since this card is in the future position, I do think you're going to experience a little bit more of the sort of negative opinions, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to put our very own Kelly Kapoor right on top. Shout out to Mindy. I heard she is a fan of the channel. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments. All right. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. It's free, and it really does support the channel, and, well, I appreciate that. So let's look at the general energy now on the path of the serpent. All right. General energy, Four of Swords. See, that protective barrier. It's like you got your earplugs in with this one, okay? Trying to listen to the voice in the silence, trying to tune out all of the other voices, right? And this is you with a, this is you trying not to engage with those other voices. So you're a very fair person. You're a very compassionate person. You are a good listener. Okay? That's one of your special qualities, is that you're a good listener. Aries gets this stereotype of being sort of hyperactive and not really able to pay attention. But no, you really can pay attention. Just sometimes you're not paying attention to those people over there. But you are concentrated, very concentrated. But people feel like if you're not listening to them, then you must not be listening, And this is our own kind of, personal sort of issues. You're a very concentrated person when you want to be, to who or what you want to be. So this is really you trying to tune out everything. This is like you got your fingers in your ears. And you're not listening to anybody, but you're listening to something. You're listening to your heart, listening to your gut, listening to spirit, your intuition, whatever you want to call it, right? You've soundproofed your life a little bit so that you can hear the voice of spirit in that silence, okay? But you are a very fair person and you are a good listener. And I think that you try to sort of, you try to keep the peace in a way. Well, for your own sake, that you try to sort of just disengage any sort of argument or conflict, not because you're weak, not because you don't have an opinion, but because you just don't want that agitated energy. We're looking for Zen, right? We're looking for peace, for calm. And if somebody wants to argue about some nonsense, yeah, okay, you're right. Just to keep your own self calm. It's not that important to you to engage in that debate and to get all riled up when you're doing this very important work that you're doing. It's sort of an appeasement to other people in order to keep your energy very still and very calm. Okay? And sometimes this is the best method, because you could easily engage in the various arguments around you, the drama, the entanglements, and you can get all riled up. Then it would take longer for us to sort of get calmed down and get into that silence and that clarity and listen to that Ace of Swords, So we might as well just avoid that altogether for now. Well, let's see what's in the environment for you. The Hanged Man, yes. A lot of the sacrifices that you've made, you've put yourself through a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. With your perseverance, with your tenacity, you have gone without a lot of things in your life, right? A lot of things in the environment, and let's say in relationships. This card's kind of the relationship with the environment. Let's say you've been very strong. Your willpower has been just adamant, right? When you could have kind of let all of this go and succumb to the other opinions, succumb to your other desires and your contrary thoughts even, and abandon this work altogether and just gone and done something that's a little bit more fun, right? But the Hanged Man says that, no, you stayed and you suffered for a reason. And I think this is really it. You want to make sure that all of this sacrifice was worth it. That everything that you had to say no thank you to is worth it, right? Because one day you're going to get all 9 of these cups, and I feel like, well, maybe that's a misstatement. I shouldn't say one day you're going to get all of those cups like it's there's some finish line that you're after. No, I think that this is you understanding that the work you're doing is setting you up for a much happier life, living a way of life, right? That it's okay to sacrifice some of our pleasure, joy, happiness even right now in the moment, because we're building something that's more long-term, building something that's going to be perpetual, right? We could easily take easily take the gratification and the satisfaction of our desires now, right? Who cares about tomorrow? Or I say no thank you today, and I get it tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, setting up something that's going to continue to work for you, right? Sort of reinvesting some of that energy, let's say. And so that's the environment. And I even think in terms of your interpersonal relationships, I think those have taken, with the Hermit too, right? Taken a little bit of a back seat. Now, the difficulty is, of course, controlling that appetite. You're hungry now. You're hungry right now today. Why don't you just eat right now today, right? Why are we postponing that gratification? Well, that's what the Leo energy, the lust or strength card is all about. The strength to control those appetites. Because all of us, yes, I'm hungry right now. I want to eat right now. But I'm postponing my meals for something that is, well, frankly, more important. I can eat later, right? And I eat later after having accomplished the work that I set out to do, and it's going to be much more satisfying to eat, right? Now, I don't know if this literally comes down to you just being hungry and kind of saying, well, I'm just going to work through my lunch and I'm just going to have a really nice dinner tonight, I feel like this is you controlling, well, not only controlling the appetites, but controlling your desire to sort of want to engage in all these other entanglements too. It's kind of like you have these these animal desires, right? And especially with the swords cards that we have, these other people that want to draw you into their drama, draw you into a relationship or to their entanglements or to their arguments. There is that sort of instinctual part of us that just wants to react to life right now. It takes a lot of willpower to control ourselves. Yeah. And I see a lot of willpower in you because you're committed to something. You're showing up every day. You're constructing something that is supremely important. It's becoming difficult to control yourself, and I think that's why we want to check in with Spirit and say, am I still on the right path? I think the message is quite clear, but let's see what the last card is. The Art or Temperance card. Maybe this is a card that says, hey, you don't need to be so strict with yourself. Perhaps, right? It's the Temperance card. It's kind of a card that says, we don't need to be in either extreme, right? That maybe we don't need to go from complete, hermit austerity to then complete lust where we're just, I am just dripping in the peach juice and, just ravenous and just consuming everything that I can find around me, and really indulgent, right? Really gluttonous. We don't have to go from kind of starving to then just, eating until we burst. You can tell I'm kind of hungry right now. This card always reminds me of a kitchen, It's just somebody who's in there trying to create the perfect recipe. And it really is that recipe between, let's say, self-denial and self-indulgence, Trying to find that middle road, where you've got to take care of yourself. You've got to have the reinforcement on your path now. You've got to feed yourself physically, financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, creatively, right? You've got to take in some of this satisfaction because it's going to reinforce your commitment and your aspiration to continue doing this work. So maybe this is really the message that you don't have to utterly deny yourself, nor should you abandon the work and go be a hedonist or something. You've got to kind of skate the middle here. You can indulge in the fruits of your labor, but you've got to keep laboring. You deserve a little bit of, sampling of the fruit, a little bit of reward, a little bit of, satisfying these desires along the way. Because like I said before, it's not really about waiting one day I'm going to get all of these. It's like I have nothing now, but at some point in the future, all 9 of these cups are just going to fall in my lap, and finally I can get something to eat, right? No. We're setting up a life that's going to be a perpetual, happiness machine. But you've got to keep yourself fueled up emotionally, right? So we take a break and we have a little bit of extracurricular activities. We indulge ourselves a little bit. We satisfy some of our needs, our desires, our wants even along the way. If, and only if, it is strengthening your commitment to this construction. Not if it's pulling your energy away. Then maybe it's a little bit too much, right? I got an alarm going off over here. It's my time to eat. So that it's a very serious sort of decision, and we have to do so consciously and with that kind of willpower, Do you sometimes hear music when there is no music? Not like a song is stuck in your head, but like you'll just literally like hear some sort of vaguely identifiable song in your head, and you could swear that there's a radio playing somewhere. You ever get that feeling? Let's look at the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I don't know what this is going to be. It could be the star card, I guess. It could be the Aries power card, right? The Emperor. The Emperor would be good because that's sort of the discipline, right? The Emperor knows how to have a good time, but it also is very disciplined, very serious, very committed to the construction and the maintenance of the empire, right? Did you watch the show Foundation? I watched the show Foundation. I also read the book, and you know what? I like the show better than the book. Probably unpopular opinion. Let's just see what this is. Yeah. It is the world. Interesting. The entire thing, the whole package, the big picture. Yeah. Also, completion. Also, if we're constructing something, this is the final product. You're constructing a world, and we know that the world is not, creation is not just a boom, it's done. All right, now I can go retire. I don't care what creation story that you subscribe to. I don't think it works that way. I don't think it's just there's nothing and then creation is here and I'm out. I think creation is an ongoing process. It's happening right here in this infinite moment. Every moment is an act of creation, right? There is death and birth, death and birth. It's a never ending, right? And so this is you realizing that the bigger picture, the finished product for you, is that life, that way of life. Like the Nine of Cups reminds us, because this is an odd-numbered card. This is a verb. Creation is a verb, right? I guess it's a noun, but it's an ongoing act of creation. So this is sort of creating a life. You're constructing a life that's going to keep on going and keep living, and it's going to be a way of life. It's going to be perpetual. It's going to be an ongoing act of creation. It's almost a closed system in a way. And I think that this is a good confirmation for you, because it shows that you are succeeding in the work. And it's been a long time. This is also the card of kind of time and space, right? And I think that whatever you're building has taken you through time. And I feel like it's also going to take you through space. If it hasn't yet, I feel like you're going to be traveling a lot. Maybe you already have, but there's something going on with traveling. And also, have you been on some sort of a game show? I feel like I don't know why, I feel like you've been a contestant on something. I don't know if it's somewhere on TV or locally maybe, I don't know, but I have that sort of contestant energy with you. This is a very good confirmation card, and it is showing that you are succeeding in your goals, you are succeeding in your mission to create this life, this significant, meaningful, rich life. And I like it a lot. Now we're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Aries are on Monday. Your bonus readings are on Fridays. Be sure to watch both, okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.